Hi friends, Ramesh here from Interactive Gaming Solutions. This is a quick demo video for ARS, that is Audience Response System, also known as Students Response System or Polling System. Uh, but most of them must be knowing how the Audience Response System works. For those who doesn't know, it's something like this. You get the clickers where you click and respond. You get real-time result. Okay, so everything real-time works on radio frequency. Now, the reason to make this video to show you the demo is not the how audience response system works. It's mainly the receiver which we have designed. Now this receiver which we have designed has a range of over 100 meters. When I say 100 meters, it's in closed thing, but if you are in an open ground or something like that, in an open area where this receiver has a greater line of sight, it goes over 300 meters. The second reason is the app, the plugin which we have designed for PowerPoint for the receiver. Now remember, it's compatible with TT clickers. Okay, uh, the receiver has a greater range. The plugin, the add-in for PowerPoint, it's way too easy to use. Okay, it's very user friendly. Okay, you don't have too many options, too many settings. It's just you plug in the receiver and you turn on your PPT, you start the setting, and it's done. It's way too easy. The options are self-explanatory. You don't have to go through tutorials or something like that. So you'll get to know it when I show you the actual working of it, how it works. So what I'll do is I'll take you to the PowerPoint thing. I'll start a PowerPoint presentation. I'll show how the thing works. Now right now if you see this, the receiver, it's a bit bulky, obviously because this one is a prototype model. It's not a final product. The final product will be much sleeker, mostly planning for a cylindrical receiver type. Okay, so it would be much sleeker and won't affect the range or something. The range will be higher. Okay, so let's see a practical demo on how this works. Let's switch to PPT first. Now you can see I have started a PPT. It's just a slider, actually, just one PPT, one slide. Okay, just a welcome message over here. Now what I'll do is I'll show you. I have already connected the receiver to the system, to my system, and you can see a ARS menu over here, ARS setting in your menus. Now this is the plugin which we have designed. Okay, this is the add-in to your PPT. Okay, you can see it's simpler menus. You have option of whether the receiver is connected right now. You have option to set the channels, if you, whichever channel you want to set it. Polling slide, concerns slide, gender slide, team slide. Now the gender slide and team slide are basically demography slide, like where you want to divide your team into, like you want to know which clicker belongs to which user, male, female, or which team the clicker belongs to. Okay, the answer came from which particular team. Okay, so those type of things can be done. Everything can be done, which is done in most of the ARS system, audience response system. Now I'll just take you through some options and I'll show you how easy, how simple, how user friendly this particular plugin is. Now I'll just take a new slide and I'll just show you how this works. I'll give a poll and we'll see how the result comes. Okay, so just taking a new slide over here. Okay. So you have a new slide over here. Okay, it shows, the slide gives you a title where you can enter the question. You have the options, you have the chart with you, you have the poll button over here. Now to the right, if you see this pane, that is your property option. The moment you select a particular slide, question slide, you have this question settings. But like, I don't have to go through each option because everything is self-explanatory. If you see the bullet style, obviously if I want 1 2 3, I can give 1 2 3. You have this option. You wanted like ABC, I can give you ABC. Those settings, whichever is the correct answer, I'll just say all are correct, or let's take A as the correct answer. Okay, I can even display a tick, so you can see a tick next to that right answer. If there's multiple right answer, you can you'll get 2 over there. I can say B also is the right display tick, you get 2 ticks, but right now I want only A as the right answer. Okay, so you have the chart displayed over here, you can turn the chart off or on, whatever. Now all these options, if you see, like you just have to click it on, the setting is done. You want live poll is basically real-time polling. If you have asked the question and the polling has started, you can see the chart moving up and down based on the responses, or else if it's off, it will be usually the chart will be shown after the polling is done. So I'll keep it off for now. Next slide I'll keep the live poll on. The result in percentage, like here it shows you how many responses, whether you want it in percent or you want it in like as 1 2 3 4 or something like that, the number. Okay, so all the options are there. I'll just keep the countdown option on because I want it for 15 seconds. That's okay, I can change the value here. But I can also say, okay, show poll count, where I see how many polls I have received on the slide itself. At the same time, the timer countdown which is there, I can see the timer down over here. Okay, and I'm locking the first reply, means only one reply I would take. I won't let the user reply change his answers. But you can do that also. You want the user to change the answer, just turn this off first reply. So it's that simple. You don't have too many options over here, options related to this particular slide. Okay, or change whatever changes you want, whatever question you want, you can put it here, the options you can put it here. Now depending upon how many options are there, this also will change. Right now you're seeing 4 because there are 4 options over here. It's that way. Okay, now after you have asked the question, you obviously will need to show the result, right? So you have option over here, responder, fastest responder. Just click on it and you have a fastest responder slide. If you see the setting, it's very simple. I won't go through all the options right now, but I'll show you this. If I want to show full name, I can show name of the user, gender of the user, which team he belongs, what point he has, all those stuff. But for this, for name and for name, you need to uh, register the user in a database. Like we have an option where you can manage the user. So every clicker you can give names, like what okay, you have given this particular clicker which is like, okay, I have a clicker with a number 9090. Okay, so if I'm giving this particular clicker to someone, so I can register his name. I can say, okay, this clicker belongs to this particular person, so that time I can show name for that particular person, full name if you want to show. So you just adjust the table accordingly and you'll see, okay, name. So I don't want the name right now because I haven't given a proper name. You'll find a dummy name. I have a dummy name already registered over there. So for gender, if you want to have, again, database has all the options. Manage user will have all the options like team, gender, full name. But gender, you can ask it in real time. You can put a question. You can put a slide where you ask for gender. So the user themselves can select that. I'll be showing you how it's selected and all. Okay, so fastest responder plus the top result, it's showing display top 3. I can say 10 I want 20 results I want. Okay, I just want top 3 result because I don't have much clicker right now with me. I can't handle more at the same time. Okay. The best part over here is after you go for gender slide or team slide, like if you have asked for a demography, like if the user has selected which team they belong or which gender they belong, you can just say, okay, group by gender. Right now I don't have a gender slide in my questionnaire in this quiz, so it's taking a default. It's saying missing gender slide, so using default gender, just say okay, and you have this male, female, and kids gender. So it will give you the top result from male, female, and kid thing. You can see the gender has been activated automatically. I can turn this off. I can turn the gender column off. I can go for team if you want, based on the team, the result to come based on the team. So result can be any, it can be based on it can be grouped based on gender or it can be grouped based on team. So it will uh, right now it will give you top 3. It can be any male, female, kid, or any team, but it can also be based on gender, grouped by gender, like top from the male, top fastest responder from female, fastest responder from the kid. So that way, those that I'll be showing you practice. So these are the options, and you can see it's like uh, just click and you get the option over here. So what we'll do is we'll see a demo right now. We'll run this and see how it works. So on this slide, if you see here, you can see there's a poll button, the bottom left. You can place it wherever you want it. By default it comes here, but based on your template you just can position it wherever you want it. Right now I'm happy at this particular location. You can see this is your poll counter, how many polls has been received. This is my timer, countdown timer. It's showing me the right answer because I had kept it on display right now. You can delete it if you don't want. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just run a demo over here, see how it works, how the receiver works. So it's connected. I'll just click on show. So we are running a show right now, that is our PPT in the show mode. Now I'll just switch to the second slide, that's our questionnaire slide. So I click and it's on the quiz slide. So the poll button is showing red over here, that means the poll has not started. And if you see, if I press the button over here, you can see it gives me red, orange, let's see. It's not receiving any answer, or it's not receiving any response. So it's off right now. So I'll turn it on. I'll just click. You can see it turns green. And now when I press a button over here, if you see, it gives me a double thing showing it's so it gives me the answer. Right now I've taken A as the answer, so I'll press A. Okay, so okay, this has a poll has been finished. If you see, the counters out 15 seconds and it's not receiving. Only 2 response has been received. So we'll see. I'll click proceed to next. So the right answer is A, it's showing me, and you can see out of 2, one has given to A and one has given to C. So you can see the result over here. Now this is not a real, the chart was shown after the polling has been done, but I can keep live poll so that I can see the chart as its voting is done. So I'll just click to see the result. You can see there's only one result because obviously I had selected A as the right answer, and one had given A and one had given C as the answer. So it has taken 10 seconds to answer the time. So I click, I go to the next end of presentation, and we'll add few more slides and see how it works, right? So back to my slide over here. Okay, now you can see the table is already populated with the data over here. I can clear the table data if required, like I want to restart it again, I can clear it, or when you start your show it will automatically clear and reset it. Okay, now what I want over here is I want to show gender option, and right now this has been pulled, so I won't use this particular slide. I'll add a new slide. Okay, and then I'll start from there. I'll take a gender slide right now. Okay, so I'm taking a gender slide over here. So it will ask for gender. Okay, so I'll say, okay, poll count, I want the countdown to be there, timer to be on, and I want live poll for this, so that I can see the polling happening as and when I click. Okay, so I just have 3 clicker right now, and I'll use the 3 clickers to show the poll. Then I'll ask for a question, and I'll show the result after that. And so I'll put a question slide after this. So demography slide, that means your gender slide or team slide, can be need to be just once. Okay, it can be through manage user, or you can ask the users to poll real time for which gender or which team they belong. Okay, so then you can have as many slides as you want for your questions and all. So there's one slide over here. I'll keep all as right answers so that I can get all the responses, capture all the things. For this also I'm keeping live poll over here. I'll show countdown, poll count, everything I want. Okay, so I'm saying, and now the result slide, I'll keep the same result slide. I can have result over here also, the fastest responder here also. I can have the fastest responder here after every slide, or at the end of the slide, or whichever way you want it. So right now usually it's after every slide you get the fastest responder. So I have this. So on this fastest responder, what I'll do, I'll display the gender also, so that I get the result, gender result. So basically we are asking for gender, so gender result. Okay, now in this question slide I can say, okay, the B1 has more points, 2 points I'm giving it for B. Okay, so this particular thing I'll give 2 point. so that whoever answers B as the right answer, whoever selects B, he'll be on the top list over here. Okay, and I'll give one clicker as male, one clicker as female, and one as kid. Okay, so when I'm asking for this, I'll click 1, 2, and 3, A, B, and C for 3 clickers, so that I get all the 3 responses, 3 group over here. Or I'll take 2. Let's see what I'll just start the polling right now. So the poll has started, has not started, the slide has started, presentation has started. So start the poll, green, and now I'll say 1, 1, and 2. So you have 2 male and 1 female who has selected the gender. Okay, so the polling has, if you click, the polling automatically ends, or you wait for the time to finish. Now I'll go to the next slide where I'll be asking for the questions. Okay, so remember 2 are male and 1 is female. So I'm asking for the second, now the question over here. The poll has started. I'll just answer. So you can see it's real-time reply. And now that's because I had kept live polling on, so you saw the chart updating real time. Okay, so I got the result. Okay, now next slide is our fastest responder. You can see the fastest responder over here. You can see male, the first over here. If you see the first one over here, now the timing is 3 seconds, 3.5 seconds, but he is the top of the list. That's because of he must have selected B as the answer, which carried 2 points, and rest must be 1 point, I think. So that, if you want to see, I can show you that also. I'll just come out of this particular slide. I'll add a column over here which will be points. I don't have to repoll because I have the data already. So I'll just add a slide, and that can be done in we'll be having a floating bar on top, which will have the option of adding the gender and all the, means adding the columns for that particular thing. You don't have to go out of the presentation, add a column, and then come back. So you'll have a floating bar that's in progress right now. So you'll have a bar on top where you add a column or whatever customization you see on the slide, that can be done. I'll just come out of this. And so right now we have started the recording. We have this particular slide over here where we have questions. We have the slide over here where we have the result. Now this result, let it be there. I just want to add points so that I'm clear key who gets what point. So okay, there's the point table added on this slide. I'm not going to poll again because this particular slide will automatically check for the previous question. Based on that particular, now if I place this particular thing over here on this fastest responder over here, it will display result based on the previous slide, previous question. So here the previous question is this one, the fourth one, the fourth slide over here. So what happens is automatically if we rearrange, the answer also will change based on the previous question. Okay, the polling based on the previous. So here I've selected it. I'm just clicking on show again so that the points are updated. So you can see over here the points are updated. It's 2 points. So obviously you might say okay, it's over 3 seconds and he is leading the leaderboard, but it's based on points also. So points he has given an answer which carries 2 points, so he is at the top. Now 2 male, 1 female. Okay, now what happens is, now this is a normal whoever is the fastest one. Suppose if we want to get an answer based on say gender based, male mein who is the top, female mein who is the top. Now obviously male mein the top result you will find only this particular number because he is leading that particular thing. Female may we just have one, so you'll see this one. Okay, so what I'll do over here is I'll group by gender because I have asked genders, I think. Now you can see it has not asked for what it does is it checks the presentation for a gender slide and it takes the gender from there. If you don't have a gender slide, it will take it by default male, female, and kid. I don't want the kid list because kid is not there in my list over here. I have just taken male and female cutting. Now this is not an updated table. Remember that it will update the moment you say show. It will update it and it will show you the result. So let's see how this comes out. So you should see this one in male and one in female directly. So I'm just giving 1 1. So here you can see male 2 points leading the table and 3.5 seconds. Female, in female group is this particular thing. Male group by male is this. So one top list is this. If you want to show two, you can see two results or as many results as you want. Okay, clear? It's that easy to use. You just have to select the slide. You have the options on the right. So this is a report setting based on your team if you want. I'll show you the team ka thing also. Right now, if I don't uh, create a team ka slide also, I can have, because I have the database which has some team ka thing. Okay. So here what I'll do is I'll ask for a team in between somewhere before the, okay, after this I'll add one more slide. Now for the team slide, what we have done is we have a team setting over here. When you click on, right now if you see this is grayed out, it's not active. It's not active because you have to set your database for this. You have to set your team for this, right? So in your team you have this option team editor where you can set the team name. I've just given test 1, test 2, test 3 and colors are this. This is actually the number of packs per team. At times it happens you may the number of packs per team vary, so you want to calculate the average based on that top result, or which team is standing up based on the number of members in that particular pack in that particular team. Okay, so calculation can be done based on the members in that particular team, count in that particular team. So I'll just apply the default one which we have right now. Okay, so you have your team slide active. I'll just say new team slide. So it's like the gender slide which we saw, same options. You can add more options. If you don't want, I can add one more option over here, team 4. Okay, so you have 3. I'll just I won't keep countdown on and nothing. Poll counter I'll keep it on so that I can see the poll. Okay, live polling also I'll keep it on. Same settings. Just this is a demography for team, not the gender. Okay, and after this I'll ask one more question. Okay, so I'll keep all the settings on right so that I get all the responses. Live polling I don't want, countdown I don't want. I'll just keep poll counter, countdown, timer, everything is on. Okay, and then I want the result. But now when I get the result, I'll get team wise result. Team 1, team 2, team 3. So if I click, you can see the same test 1, test 2, test 3. And if you don't want a particular team to be shown, you can just say, okay, I want to see only test 1 ka result, test 2, or whichever. If you have 10 number of teams, you can have 10 teams. You'll see all the team ka list over here, and based on that, you want 2 per team. You can say 2 per team. There are 6 rows right now, 3. You can have 3 per team. Okay, so I'll just say 1 per team right now. Okay, I just want 1 result per team. And now let's start the slide presentation from here. And here I can see I have the team thing, I have time, I have ID. Okay, so this is grouped by team, or if you don't want to group by team, you can just turn it off and you can show teams over here. So this won't be grouped by team, so it won't show who's top in from a particular team. It's like if all the 3 are from a team, it will show all 3. But if you want to group by team, you can take this option on where it will show 1 from each team. So it's like grouping top player, the most valuable player of that particular team. Okay, so these are the simple option what we have right now over here. So I'll just select this. We'll just run a presentation again and see how it works. So right now if you see, it's asking for select your team. So I have 3 clickers. I'll select 3 team. So click, the poll will start, and I'll just respond. I've taken 3. I've selected 1, 2, 3, 3 teams. Okay, and it won't stop automatically because I haven't given countdown, so I have to click to stop, and I've clicked. And next slide. Okay, now the quiz starts over here, and I have given all the options on, so I can click any button. So I'll just start the poll, and I'm just giving all 1. 3 responses, you can see it's captured over here. You can see the response. I'll click, the polling is done. So 3 I have given all three clickers A. So option A has been selected by all three respondents, and you have the result. So it's team-wise result. So the color has been taken from the team. Okay, so the color has been taken from the team, and it's not ordered based on timing. It's per team. So each team top player has been shown over here. So you can see the team test one. This right now we have three, so you're just seeing three. Okay, so you have gender based demography, you have team based demography over here, and that too can be done real time, or if you want, use the manager option and set the player, the name, the gender, everything you can set it, so you don't go for the real time demography thing. So but only thing you'll need a database. You'll have to manage the database manually, where you select, go for each clicker, and then you select the gender, you select the team, and just save that particular thing. So all the options are available. So you can see it's way too easy. There's no rocket science over here, like anyone can understand. I can even show the team standing if I want to add, like if you see there's a team standing option, I can see which team is leading. Okay, and here what will happen is this will take all the slides, whatever questions, all the slide before this particular, like 9. Right now the slide number is 9. So slides like there is one question slide over here, there's one question slide somewhere at 4. So it will go through all the data, whatever responses we have received, and then a cumulative score. It will team up, it will add up all the team ka score, and then it will show you which team is leading. So if you see, if I just click on show right now, just let us click and see what the result is. So if you see, test 2 team is leading, test 1 is second, and test 3, and the color is basically from the database what we have in the team setting, what we have set. So what I'll do is for you to see the points and time, because based on that, one is the point and second one is the time. This is arranged, it's 1 2 3. So standing is just test 2, test 1, and test 3. So let's see if I can add the columns, and I can show you how they're standing. Okay, so here I'll add the point table, I'll add the time table. So you have both the tables over here, columns over here, which shows you the point, and just click on show. So here you are. This is 3 point, 3 point, and 2 point. Now only one question was 2 pointer, rest all was 1 point, 1 point, and all. So you had three questions, 2 questions or something, and you see the result over here. So it has taken points from all the slide above this particular slide. Okay, so if this is your last slide, it will accumulate all the team score, and then it will give you the result over here. This is the total timing over here. You can see this 2 or 3, but time, based on the time, test 2 is leading over here. So this is the result. So as you saw, this is very simple, easy to use. You have all the setting. I want to disconnect, I can disconnect. I can set the channel slides. You have team ka settings. You have, you can the colors, what you see, you can set the colors over here. Okay, so you can export the result, the entire thing as slides, or you can export it as because you have in your slide, you have all the results directly. So all the tables are there. It's not that when you come out the table goes, it's only on the show, it's seen on the slide, it's updated on the slide. So you can export the entire PPT as JPEG or PDF, and you'll get the result, or you can export it from here, where you get all the result, all the user results, and all. You can manage the users. There are many things which can be done, but if you see, it's very simple, easy to use. All the settings are there. You want to animate, you want to start the poll with the slide. The moment the show starts, when it comes to the question slide, it will start the poll. You don't have to click or something, it just starts the poll. So those type of settings are given to you here. Most of the options, if you see over here, adding of column when in your report, which is more important, like if you see all the full name and all, like I'll show you a name ka slide over here. I'll just adjust this so that I can see the name over here. So I'll show the name over here. Let's see how the name comes over here. It's already there in the database, so you'll see the name over here. I'll just click on show. You can see the ID which I had used in my database. So it has that name registered, and you can see the gender, 2 points have been taken, scored, time, how much time it has taken. The other clicker has some random name characters taken. So this can be set in your database using manage users and all those. So if you are taking attendance and all, you can just register it directly over there. So I'll just come out of this presentation. So as you see, you have in ARS setting, you have almost all the options. Okay, and most of the options what you see over here, like adding of column, team, that will be done real time also. We'll be having a floating bar on top when the presentation starts, so that you don't have to come out. If some at times it happens, client may ask, okay, show the name also, or show the gender, or show the point, or something which you have not set it in your table. Like I'll turn all this off, so I don't have uh, this is the default option which is on. So when you show it, client might ask you, okay, I want to see the username if the name is already, or the point, which is okay, client might need. So you have to come out of this and then click on points and then show again. So you'll have to switch between this. So instead of that, you'll have a floating bar where you'll have these options on the report slide based on which slide you are. So if you are on this particular question slide, you will have option of changing the correct answer in real time. Like at times it happens, key clients say, okay, ये right answer था, वो wrong answer है. So you can switch it before the polling start, because once the polling start, then it will be registered automatically. So that can be done. So you can show or hide the chart if you don't want live polling. All the options are here. Report is made very easy over here. Fastest responder slide has mostly all the options. Like you don't need a separate slide which a button which says okay, group by gender result, show the a team wise result player. So it shows group by gender and group by team, all the options. Okay, so you have most of the setting, and fastest responder basically takes the question prior to this particular slide. Based on that, it will show the result. And team result, basically whatever questions you have asked, how many ever questions you have asked, it will accumulate all the totals and then display your team statistics. It's not per slide basis. It's like team is basically full team standing is basically based on the entire question. Okay, if you want per team per question, then in your report itself you have group by team option where you can show team standing. It will be based on just previous question. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. Here if you see, this is the receiver which has been used, and we have used clickers which are TT clickers which is compatible with the receiver. Uh, like I said, this will be much sleeker when in production mode. Okay, the development is still on. Basically, the development is for the PPT plugin, adding few more options which will make the life easier. Okay, on real time when you're presenting, you don't have to come out of the presentation. Just on floating bar itself, you will get all the options. Okay, uh, compatible with TT clickers, has a range over 100 meters. Like I said, it's way over 100 meters. Okay, and will be sleeker when it comes out in production as a final product. Okay, uh, can take unlimited number of clickers. It's not restricted. You have to subscribe for 100. This receiver can have unlimited subscription. How many ever user you want, you can click. Okay. The range is way too good. Hope you enjoyed this clicker. If you would like to add any feature, like what happens is when you talk to someone who uses the audience response system, you will come to know he has more input. Like he has input like you need this particular option to be there, or you need this particular option. Now what we did based on our experience, what we did is we added an option where it says continue previous report. in our fastest responder in our report card slide. What that does actually is, suppose you have now I have given an option of 30 say list, fastest top responder. Now if I have say 1,000 people, and the client asks, okay, now you show the next 30, which is difficult when you are working with other solutions, other company clickers, or say it's difficult when you are working with a normal clicker receiver. The software, what it does is it gives you option for top 1, 3, 5, or 10, maximum 20. It doesn't go 20. But here what happens is you have result, you can show around 30, top 30, plus you have option of continuing previous report. What that does actually is, now if I add one more fastest responder after the current fastest responder, and I click on that particular option, continue previous report, when I say 30, it will be the next 30. So you saw first 30, then the next 30, then if I go on adding, it would be next. Plus I can even say, okay, one slide I want to show all the male top 10 or top 20, and next slide I can say, okay, now show top female top 10. So those all settings can be done easily over here. So settings, the plugins are too easy to use, handle. Only thing is, it works on it won't work on the receiver which you have from TT. It will work from only on receiver, which is this particular thing, customized for the events need, actually based on event, whatever requirement we need. So it's basically customized based on that. Okay, it doesn't have too many options. It just have basic option. You have all the report options and everything. Hope you enjoyed this demo. So you will be seeing soon we'll be seeing a demo for a buzzer. What we have done is we have made similar to this. We have made buzzer which has a PowerPoint add-in. So usually when you click on buzzers and all, what happens is you have a separate remote, and to link it to the PowerPoint, I don't think so. It works with PowerPoint also. It has its own software. What we have done is we have designed a buzzer which works on PowerPoint. Just plug in the receiver to your system like you do it for your audience response system. You'll have a slide where you just can customize your buzzer. Like you can, whichever buzzer you have, just map it to a particular school or particular team. So this particular buzzer belongs to this particular team. So that setting would be there in that plugin. And whoever presses the buzzer on that particular question, you can see the buzzer highlighted at the bottom. So you don't need a separate remote or something. The receiver itself is a remote. If you want to use the standalone, you can use the standalone. If you want to use it on PPT, you can use it on PPT. It's that easy to use. So soon I'll be coming up with that particular buzzer ka thing. Buzzer, that the buzzer will be in house, will be designed, is designed and developed here itself in interactive gaming solution. So the receiver and buzzer both will be there, and you can have n number of buzzers connected to a particular receiver. Hope you enjoyed this small presentation. See you soon. Thank you.